So we're having a little bit of surprise good weather here in our part of the state. We thought summer and fall were about over. It was supposed to start snowing pretty soon, but we've got about a week forecast of good weather. So I came back over from the city to try to get a little bit more work done on the cabin. Just doing a little solo trip, me and the Casita camper, and we get a lot of curious people asking questions. We get stopped at red lights, parking lots. People want to know about the little Casita camper, and since we've got such a beautiful day here, I thought it would be a good chance for me to give you guys a little tour. So this is a Casita 17-foot Spirit Deluxe is the model. This one happens to be a 2007 model, but they really haven't changed the floor plans or the construction for years and years on these things. So it's kind of irrelevant what year it is. They're still about the same as far as I know. So we'll get to the inside in a few minutes, but I thought I would just do an outside walk around. So starting at the front, these things are built, they're solid fiberglass construction. It's basically two shells that are put together and then glued, I presume, together in the middle right here. Very strong roofs. A downfall of most campers is that the roof is not very sturdy, and they can develop a puddle on top, which turns into a leak and ends up rotting out the structure. This little camper, I can stand on top. A 200-pound person can stand on top of this, and it doesn't hurt. It's thick fiberglass, and I believe also it has some steel reinforcement inside there. So at the front, something I do to my Casita is I paint this rubberized paint on the front. It just helps prevent rocks from chipping away at the fiberglass. So about every 2 years I update this. It's a product called Plasti-Dip. You can buy it at your Home Depot, Lowe's, and it's a rubberized paint. Really helps. If you don't run that, you're going to end up chipping away at the fiberglass with gravel coming from the vehicle, especially in Alaska where we do a lot of miles on gravel. It's got a basic little tongue jack, gas bottle out front. There is a frame here. You could mount a small generator or a toolbox. This particular one has the weight distributing hitch brackets welded to the tongue, which is nice. I'm currently towing it with a 1-ton pickup truck, so I don't really need a weight distributing hitch. The pickup truck doesn't even know this camper is back there. It's got some little bubble levels to help you level it up when you park. An exterior light. So moving from the front to the back, basically this is a little latch so that when you want to prop open the door, you can tie the door back. Pretty self-explanatory. Another bubble level. This gives you your nose high and low attitude to help you level it up. Another exterior light. This is the outlet for the refrigerator, the ventilation for the refrigerator system. The refrigerator goes about from here to here. It's got this one has an external AC outlets, 2 of them. That is the outlet for the furnace. It has a onboard propane furnace. In this hatch, you've got your water tank. So it's kind of hidden behind my stuff, but there's a 26-gallon water tank in here, and that's where you can check your water level. It's a very simple systems on this camper, so there's no fancy gauges to tell you how much water. You open this door, and there's lines on the tank. I also store some chocks and a few of the black and gray water fittings to help you that you use when you dump it. So that's what's in there. This is an outlet for the oven range, or the stovetop range vent. That vent's out right there. At the rear of the camper, we've got a spare tire. Pretty self-explanatory. That's just held on by a great big nut that goes through the wall. I've never had to use it, never had a flat on here. I always, when I bought a couple of these, and I just start right out with fresh tires, and I haven't ever had a flat. Inside the bumper, it's a hollow steel bumper, but inside the bumper you have your slinky hose to empty the gray and black water tanks. So most of what you need for that ugly little job is contained out here in this bumper. You just pop the end off and pull the hose out. This hatch is where you fill your water, your fresh water. As I said, it's 26 gallons. It's kind of small. All these windows slide open and they have screens, by the way. Okay, there is a little bit going on this. This is the left side or driver's side of the camper. Over here we've got this hatch, which is the battery compartment. It holds a little, basically a car-sized battery, a small car battery. This is your hot water heater. I think it's 6 gallons. You light the pilot, and that'll have you taking a hot shower in about 20 minutes if you need it. This hatch here is where you stow the electrical cord. Currently I'm plugged into our little Honda generator just to help save battery. It's about 31 degrees this morning, so batteries tend to not last as long in cold weather. Here you got your black and gray water tank outlets. Here's a city water intake. If you're at a campground or at home, you can hook up a water hose, just feed the camper with tap water. And that's about all that's going on over here. This window is an emergency exit, so it has pull handles inside. I suppose if there's a fire in the front, you can't get out of it, you can pop this window out and jump out through this window. They've kind of thought about. Something I wanted to point out about these casitas is they are fiberglass, and fiberglass is very strong, but it does have a tendency to crack when it's impacted. So I've always speculated this, and I'm pretty sure of it, but Casita puts these things together with pop rivets. It's a big long aluminum pop rivet with a steel shank in the middle. Different lengths depending on what you're trying to hold together inside. All the cabinetry is held in with pop rivets. Yeah, most of your structure is pop riveted together, and what happens is when you hit a pothole or you give it a good jar, it pops the rivet. It breaks the rivet instead of cracking the fiberglass. So what I do is I carry around a bag of the rivets. I ordered them from Casita, the longer ones. The other ones, shorter ones, you can get locally, but I carry around a little $10 pop rivet gun. If I find one broken, you pop this little plastic head off, you drill and pick the rivet out, the broken one, and then you shoot a new one in. Easy peasy. But that keeps you from cracking fiberglass when you hit a pothole or an impact or something. Underneath, I just wanted to show how this thing is built. A lot of campers are built with just plywood underneath that's then clear coated over, maybe with resin. But these casitas are made like a boat, literally like a boat. Underneath, the fiberglass shell basically just sits on a steel frame, and it makes for a really watertight construction. You can see you don't have, like, the wheels would be spraying water up underneath. Here's your black and gray water tanks. But yeah, that's one thing I really like about them. This particular unit does have brakes on it. A lot of times with a 3,500 pound trailer, you don't you don't get brakes. If you buy a utility trailer, they don't, 3,500 pound utility trailer doesn't even come with brakes, but not sure if this is going to come out or not, but that's what the top side looks like on a Casita. Very, very water resistant, rain resistant. We've had 4 feet of snow piled up on this one. It doesn't hurt it a bit. 4 feet of snow weighs probably a couple thousand pounds. This vent right here is for the shower. That's a plumbing vent. There's a couple of dome vents that you can open back there. But yeah, really rugged little camper. I just wish it was a tiny bit bigger. So the inside, stepping in, you got some closet space right inside the door. This Casita is the deluxe version, which means it has a bathroom and shower. It's small but functional. Gets the job done. It sure has saved our butts out here, because after a few days you really need to get a shower. After a few days out working on it anywhere in the out of doors. So that's the entryway. It's just me right now, so I'm camping on the dinette. Normally there's a dinette, a 2-seater dinette that goes here. And we usually keep the double bed in the bed configuration, but since it's just me, I thought I could use the table space there instead of the big bed. Here for about 5 days, so might try to get some computer work done, editing. So this little Casita has, we have it set, it's got pretty good a bit of cabinet space. You know, we usually go dishes, pots, pans, things there. Food storage. In here we have our microwave, a little toaster, keep coffee in there too, coffee making supplies. This drops down to make a little tabletop or a workspace. It's got a functional little stove top and sink. They're not luxurious by any means. You've got a little bit of counter space over here, but that's about it. Maybe this thing here. This is an improvement I made on this camper when I got it, is this. They come with nothing there, and I just felt like if you boil something over, you don't want it to go down into the couch or the bed. Also, just keeps from, you know, cooking splatters from getting into your upholstery. So I added this little partition. It's made out of fiberglass, so it's fire resistant. You got your silverware drawer. Down here we keep a trash can. There's room for some utility items in the back. Furnace. It's 31 degrees today. I ran the furnace for about a half hour and it's now 62 in here. Got a little bit of storage down there for utility items, cleaning supplies. This one has a pretty good sized refrigerator for the size of the camper. Not much in it right now, but a little freezer box. And it runs on gas, DC electric or AC electric. depending whether you're on your generator or not. Storage up here, these are small, but usually you can fit like a few days worth of clothing in these. Each person gets one. That's kind of how we do it. We have a TV in this, a little small AC or DC television DVD player. That's our media cabinet. Up here we usually put, it's empty now. We're cleaning this thing out for winter, but we usually put towels, blankets, things like that up in this cabinet, or larger clothing items. Down below you have your electrical panel, fuse box. In that hatch right there is the water heater, the back side of the water heater, and some plumbing stuff. Propane alarm in the corner. Got a little bit of storage down here. Actually, there's a pretty good bit of storage in there. That's where we put our extra groceries. We also keep a little rechargeable vacuum cleaner in that one, just to keep it tidy in here, because you're always tracking dirt in, and I like to be able to kick off my shoes and relax. Good sized storage closet. Kind of hard to get into when you get old like me, but you can hang clothes in it. We've had a hanging shelf in here before. We have thought about converting this closet into putting a little tiny cubic mini wood stove right there, which would really be an improvement, help keep it dried out in here. That's about it. There's not really that much to see. It's Casita Spirit Deluxe 17, they call it the Spirit Deluxe 17 foot. Oh, nice stereo system too. Really got good acoustics in here. This is the carpet. The whole thing is got about an inch or two of foam glued to the fiberglass and carpet all over, so keeps it warm, keeps down the condensation, and it makes the acoustics. It's quiet in here when you could be parked next to a busy highway and you wouldn't even know it. So there you have it, the Casita 17-foot Spirit Deluxe camper, built in Texas, loved in Alaska. If you enjoyed this video, or if you got something out of it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, ask any questions you might have down in the comments sections, and once again, thanks for hanging out with us in far out Alaska.